Testricity, that's a mouthful. We came up with that crazy word. One day I was driving somewhere, I can't remember, and I saw some electrical poles. And we've always been nicknamed Team Tester. And so we knew we wanted Tester to be a part of the name of our group. I remember when I was a kid, I was 12 years old, God showed me that I would marry a piano player, and that I would be a fire, he would be a fire, and together we'd make a bonfire. And I kind of wanted that to be a part of it too. And so I saw these electrical poles and I was like, electricity, Tester electricity, that's kind of like a fiery substance that's electrical, and we do make good electricity together. And so I thought, Tester electricity, Testricity. So I got on the phone and I asked Wayne, what do you think? Do you like Testricity? He says, I love it. It's us. Let's go for it.
Yes, Testricity was born out of a songwriting class that we had taught together for children. And we did a demo of the song. It turned out just wonderfully great. And we just grew from there. When I first moved to Nashville, I got just odd jobs, being a waiter, working as a mail clerk for a company. And I used to go hang out at David Briggs' studio. He would let me bring my gear over there and hang out at his studio. He was the keyboardist for Elvis. And so he was the one that came through the studio one day, hey Wayne, I want you to introduce yourself to my buddy David Foster. And I just so happened to have David Foster's CD there that had just come out that week, his Symphony Session CD. And so the story goes, I got to work with him on movies as a programmer. He helped me get my first deal with Universal Music, and he set me up to write with a lot of key people.
Making music with Wayne is a challenge, I won't lie. It's a lot easier just being married than it is being working partners, wouldn't you say?
I would say so.
It's a big challenge. Any couple who works together knows that it requires a special skill set and it has a unique set of challenges. For instance, when we're writing a song together, we're not just your typical co-writers. We're also lovers. So you throw in a very kind of an unpredictable passion to that mix. And it can be, well, really interesting to say the least. I would say there's not a day that goes by when we don't apologize to each other over something, whether we said something, did something, didn't say something, didn't do something. We're like Paul in that way, and it's a continual having to work things through, because our flesh is always wanting to take control. I'm always wanting to take control of his part that we've designated to him, and he's always wanting to take control of my part that we've designated to me. And both of us want to have complete control because it's easier. We get our way that way. We're satisfied. We're happy. Well, this other person over here isn't getting anything that they want, and that's not okay. So it's a constant give and take. And marriage is really that way too. But our working relationship is such a, I would say, magnification of our marriage relationship. If our marriage is doing really well, it's easier to work together. If we're really struggling in our marriage at that time, or we're going through a difficult set of circumstances, then our working relationship really suffers too. And we always have some kind of marriage book that we're studying or reading or something like that. It's continual because it just requires a lot of work, but it's very much worth it. He's my buddy, he's my best friend, he's my partner, he's my lover. He's just such a blessing to me, and I'm not sorry that it's hard, but because it's really worth it.
Being married to Miss Esther Tester has been one of the wonderful, most enjoyable rides in life. She's been a gift from God. It's been challenging at times, of course, with any marriage, And we've worked through those challenges with grace and mercy, with God's love. Love will cover over a multitude of sins. And that's what I really appreciate about our marriage, is God's love is in this.
And I love being Esther Tester. People don't forget my name easily, that's for sure. But it's appropriate. He's a songwriter, and so he marries a woman whose name he can rhyme with. So God has definitely used music to heal me, for sure. Like Wayne mentioned earlier, it opens you up to whatever that message is. And music is kind of like an ointment that delivers the medicine in a more effective way. And God has definitely used music, I would say, especially the aspect of worship. My favorite psalm is Psalm 84. In fact, I call it the banana psalm because bananas are the perfect food, and to me this is the perfect psalm. It addresses every need, every desire, every hang-up, every aspect of humanity that I struggle with right there in that one psalm, Psalm 84. And I've been on my knees, felt like my life was literally coming to an end at times, and it was worship that pulled me up and gave me hope and that eagle's eye view above circumstances, that peace that passes all understanding.
Well, I've won several awards. I've been on Garth Brooks' 6 records worth. I've been on different movies. And there came a point in my life that I was struggling with performing to gain approval. Well, Wayne, you're only as good as your last hit in this town. And I started believing those lies. And so one night I decided to just get rid of all my idols, all my awards up on the wall, all the ASCAP awards, the Dove Award, the Platinum and Gold records. So I just threw them in the trash. I was very, very thankful for that time in my life. It freed me up. It helped me to put God first in my life. And so I'm forever thankful for that. And so with this project, we hope that these songs will be total healing for people that are going through whatever they're going through in life, struggles, marriage difficulties, spiritual warfare, that this will be God's hands and feet. This will be a channel of God's love to help people know Him better.